Hi, welcome to the ACL series, Decoding Special Education, where we take one topic with 5 slides and 5 minutes of education. Today's topic is on accommodations versus modifications, two terms you have probably heard in your special education experiences. So an accommodation is meant to level the playing field. It is typically used for students who have an IEP. Most every student, I think, has accommodations in their IEP, and also students who have a 504 plan also have accommodations. Accommodations don't change what the student learns, but how they access it so that they can do the same things that their peers are doing, but have those additional supports that help them be able to show that they can learn and grow and master the content. It does not change how they access the curriculum. There's a variety of ways, depends on what the needs are, that accommodations can be offered, and they can be across different areas, including things like testing, including standardized state testing, as well as classroom and testing, including having a oral testing or something like that. Often we do see technology tools such as Google Read and Write, and there's also a premium version which has more features in it, is often used by students in public education as well as in many of our university and colleges. There can be accommodations such as providing notes to a student or using audiobooks to read or to take in information. There might be breaks given more regularly, other sensory things such as using headphones, and checking in for understanding. So there's a variety of ways that those can look. On the other hand, a modification does change what a student is taught or expected to learn. So typically the students that have modifications are those with a cognitive or intellectual disability or significant other disabilities that make accessing the grade level curriculum difficult for the student. And so these modify what they are. So a modification can sometimes look like instead of having a multiple choice test with an essay, they have 2 choices or a fill in the blank or a true and false. So it's a simplified version. So the grade level content is not the same. It might be a 10th grade student is working at a 3rd grade level, working at the standards at that level. So they're not actually achieving the same things that their peers might be doing. It is usually noted on transcripts in Colorado that you have modified coursework. The diplomas in almost all school districts, including the 2 that we represent, Boulder Valley School District and St. Vrain School Districts, you would get a regular diploma, but your transcripts would indicate that the student had modified pieces. And then these are some of the ways that they may look to them. Like I just gave you an example of a testing being different. It could also be working with grade level. If a 10th grade student is working at a 2nd grade level in math, that they're working with manipulatives. If it's literacy and reading, that they're working with materials that you might find, hopefully not preschoolish and too young, but that they would be able to do them there. So hopefully that gives you a little sense of the difference between an accommodation and modification. Know too that teachers sometimes use those words interchangeably, and they are not. In law, a modification does change what a student is expected to learn. An accommodation helps the student access that learning environment. All right, stay tuned for our next series.